all stuck here together in isolation, I'm going to talk about optimal aging today and how I felt when I looked up and saw a picture of me when I was 45 in my bedroom, and I thought, where did she go? Where did she go? I looked in the mirror today and I saw the face of my mother. Hello again and welcome. This is Sandra Hart at Life Over 60. I'm so glad that you could join me today. Don't forget, we are all in this together. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I certainly would love to have you join our wonderful group of women who are trying to live a pro-aging life. Just click the subscribe button, and if you want to be notified if I have a video coming up, just also click the bell and you'll be notified. Well, these are unusual times, aren't they? You know, when I had my house inside painted about a month ago, I had photographs going all the way down my steps. And after I had painted my hallway, had it painted, I thought, gee, it looks so nice, just open and clear. So I didn't put those photographs back there, but I was able to kind of spread them around the house, at the top of the stairs in various places. But there was one picture that I thought was rather narcissistic. It was a picture of me when I was about 45, and I thought, I don't want that, spread out where everybody can see it. So I hung it in our bedroom, on the bedroom wall, and it's the wall that's kind of facing our bed so that when I wake up I see it. Well, I don't know. I woke up the other morning and I was just thinking and contemplating what I was going to be doing during the day, and all of a sudden I looked up and there she was. That girl. That 45-year-old woman. And I thought to myself, where did she go? Where did that woman go? It all happened so fast. So from that, I kind of started morphing and thinking about whether you feel that way or not, and how we really feel about aging and how we're coping with aging, and just exactly what our thoughts are. So I quickly called several of my friends and I said, you know what? I want to ask you a question. Do you think about growing older, and do you think about aging? And all of them had different answers. And if you don't mind, I'm going to read you their answers, and then I'm going to give you my takeaway on just exactly what I feel that they all have in common. They are from different walks of life. They're all in their 70s, early 70s. And so they've had different experiences all through their lifetime, but I found that there was one thing that they really had in common. Now let me read the first one. This first one is from my friend, and she is, she is I think about 79, and I've known her my whole life since back in Ohio, my teenage life. She said, I never felt old. I thought one thing that bothers me about aging. I have 5-year-old grandchildren, and I sometimes think I'm not going to see them grow up into young adults, to see them marry. If people still get married, then who knows what's happening in the world today, and to see how they turn out. I also have a very beautiful daughter-in-law, and when I'm around her, I really feel intimidated. She is so beautiful, and all of her family and friends are beautiful. She's from a South American country, so they're very conscious about appearances. She said, so in a way, that might be the one thing also that I'm intimidated by, being in her presence and wondering what she thinks of me. All right, isn't that interesting? All right, and my other friend said, well, I'm not fond of mirrors anymore, but as long as I stay healthy, I'm okay with it. I've had an interesting life with no regrets. The future will be what people make of it, and I only hope their choices are positive and progressive. The other friend that I spoke with kind of took a more serious note on it, and she is in her 70s, and she said, how many more years do I have to live, and do I really want to leave them feeling negative about myself and the things I can't change? Very interesting. And what are those things she can't change? Is her physical appearance and the way that aging has changed all of us. So I thought those are really very interesting, and my friends, are all wonderful women, but as I said, from different walks of life and from different backgrounds. But by now you probably have caught exactly what the things that they have in common. And it's what I felt when I woke up and looked at this girl that disappeared from my life. All of us want to stay healthy. We all want to live the best life ever. We are grateful for the things in our lives that we have been able to experience and do. But the one thing that bothers us most is the physical appearance of what happens when we age. And I think that's probably why this mature beauty community is so strong, because all of us want to stay healthy. We want to take good care of ourselves, but we also look in the mirror and we see perhaps, we see for sure, I know I'm starting to look like my mother, but we see that we have changed. And honestly, I don't think men feel the same way, but for women, our looks, the way we present ourselves physically, was genetically part of the mating game from way back in the days of cavemen. Cavemen probably were attracted to women that were strong and healthy and could help their family in the hunt and various things. I think the men hunted, but I think the wives prepared all the food and took care of the homestead. So they were looking for a mate that really could step up to the game. And I suppose she was muscular and had certain physical attractions. So we are all attracted to people who somehow bring something out in us. Now, I have always said, and this is the honest goodness truth, but sometimes we don't have enough self-confidence to believe it. Beauty does radiate from the inside. I have met people, and I talked about this before, who when I first met them, I thought, they were okay. They weren't really that attractive, and I'm talking about men and women. But once I got to know them, and once their personality radiated outwardly, they were just beautiful, beautiful people. But as we get older, we lose that confidence, perhaps in our inner beauty. So that's kind of what I want to approach and talk today. And I would love for you, after you watch this, to put the comments down below about what bothers you most about aging. And can you change your mindset about that? I think that might be an interesting question for all of us to consider. Now, I went into the Women's Initiative Health Study, and I read it thoroughly, and I tried to dissect it, and I found that there were exactly 4 things that the Women's Initiative Study found that would help us in the aging process. The first one, I think, that was probably the most important: a sense of satisfaction and well-being in your life. In other words, happiness, and we've talked about that. I mean, accepting who you are now and loving who you are embracing aging and being satisfied where you are right now. And know that you can search your dreams if you want to. You know you can, tomorrow's another day and you can move forward with that. But basically, loving you, having a satisfaction with your life and feeling very good about it. And that really is very important. And I really, really agree with that because I try to do that every single day. I fight it some days, honestly. I really fight it some days, but I really try to practice it. The second thing that is really important is social networking. And you know, when we've all, I mean, personally, now that I've been kind of socialized, I always thought I was a hermit and I could be self-entertaining. But I'm finding that it's very difficult not to have human connection. So I have tried every day to call at least one or two friends of mine to reach out and touch them and see how they are. As a matter of fact, I reached out to a woman that I haven't spoken to maybe in about 3 years, and she was so happy to hear from me. And it made me feel good inside too. It gave me a sense of sharing, a sense of being touched by humans. And that's so important. I think because we have to have this social distancing, that being able to hug or to shake hands or actually interact with humans on a close basis, it really is very difficult and very strange. But it is difficult because we humans all need that sense of touch and human connection. So I would suggest to you, if you haven't already, reach out to a friend or two every single day to get that human connection. It helps them and it helps you too. The third one I think that we all can do right now, especially because we have the internet, and that's to experience personal growth. You know, there are so many classes online and even tutorials on YouTube that teach you how to do various things. They even have free classes online, and I'm going to put the two sites down below. Udemy is one site, Coursera is another site that you can go, and you can take all kinds of courses and classes, and some of them are free. So while you're in this downtime, you can probably get a lot of reading done, things that you have wanted to books you've wanted to read, classes to take. And do you know, I have not watched much television. Believe it or not, while I'm here. I did watch The Tiger King. I did that one because my daughter told me to. It was interesting, bizarre, but interesting. But anyway, so this is a really great time to expand your learning, and it's a great time to practice what the Women's Initiative study said that helps us age, and that's never ever lose an interest in life or an interest in learning. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I hope I'm giving a little bit different slant on all these things, but keep your purpose in life. Don't ever lose your purpose in life, whether it's being a loving spouse, a loving grandmother, working for charities, reaching out to somebody. Your purpose in life is really important and helps you lead a full life. I think my purpose in life, like my daughter said, you know, I'm a grown-up romper room teacher. All of the children that I used to teach and counsel when I was younger, I'm now trying to do the same thing because I want everyone to try to live their very best life and to wake up and find one little rainbow, one tiny little rainbow of happiness in their life that they can hold on to. That is what I think about aging, and when I look at that picture, I know that she's still here inside. She's still here inside, but physically she's gone away. But I'm happy with who I am today, and I embrace who I have become, and I accept who I have become, and I think that's the most important thing. Thank you so much for coming here today and spending a few minutes with me. You know I love each and every one of you, and I look forward to your comments. And let's, get through this together and appreciate, and every single day find something that will make us happy or that will make someone else happy. Take care. Don't forget to be good to yourself. Do something kind for someone, and that's part of this whole thing. And don't forget to share the love. Take care, and I will see you in my next video.